Hey people, how's it going? Welcome to another video. So welcome to another collection update. This one is a lot smaller than any other collection update that I've done. I don't do collection updates very often because I don't buy stuff very often, given how expensive everything is. But I've kind of changed my tune at the moment for the things that I'm buying. I'm trying to steer more into buying CDs rather than LPs and vinyls because of how expensive they are, and on this side of the world at least. So I'd also got a special package from a follower of mine who randomly messaged me once, not too long ago, just saying, hey, I noticed you want more CDs, so I'm gonna send you some. So here's more or less the reason for this video, is to show off Keith Attack from Down Under's little box that he sent me, but just a couple of other things that I've gotten over the past few months as well. So yeah, without further ado, quick video, we'll get straight into it. We'll leave Keith's box for last. Keith is a fellow New Zealand YouTuber who talks about metal and albums and threads and concerts and things like that. He's a lovely old man. Chuck him in I've chucked his channel in the description for you to go check out his content and, you know, give a like and sub and all that stuff, but not until after you've liked and subbed to me, naturally. But yeah, we'll do the LPs first, and then I'll show you the CDs that I've bought, and then I'll go into his box. So the first two LPs that I bought that are the most recent ones, well, actually three. Two are from the same artist, if I can get that round like that without showing you what they are. The first one, we'll get the first one out of the way because it's the least metal and the least, it's a soundtrack. It's the second score to the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets movie. Yeah, I saw that they were redoing all the soundtracks on LP, and I was like, right, I've got to get all of those. But they were only releasing, at least for now, up to the Goblet of Fire, the fourth one. So I was like, all right, in time, we'll gradually buy these. And these were expensive. I bought the first two, so I was like, right, let's stop there and save up a bit before we buy 3 and 4. But yeah, given the generation that I'm in, you know, Harry Potter was my ultimate fantasy love when I was a kid, and still to this day, you know, it's still amazing. I'm currently reading it right now, rereading it for about the 50th time. You know, I never get tired of this story, and because I'm now the type of person that I am, you know, I can sit there and listen to the soundtracks of these films, just not over and over again, but I can listen to them and not get bored, especially the more earlier ones. They are so more cohesive and recognizable, and, you know, there's more themes and motifs and just more, like I said, recognizable tunes. You know, like this album, like the first film, pretty much, well, the first two films kind of have the same score, just put in different places, but listening to the first album, it's in order of the movie, whereas this one is all over the place. You know, it starts with the Harry Potter theme like it would, and then it goes into certain themes. Like track 3 is the Chamber of Secrets, which should be down the bottom because that's at the end of the film. You know, down the bottom of the album is Dobby, you know, things like that, and Cornish Pixies is on side C, which is halfway up through the first chunk of the film. But yeah, it's just a fun little collector's thing to own. So yeah, I thought we'd get that one out of the way just to let you know that I've got the Chamber of Secrets on vinyl. The next two are from the same artist, and they are two little albums that I've been dying to get my hands on since I listened to them, and I did a ranking of them. The band name is Gorgoroth, and I'm talking about the first two albums. So first up, we have Pentagram, not the self-titled. Yeah, this is just, in my opinion, one of the better true Norwegian black metal albums. It's just so raw and so violent and so fun and fast and just brutal in a way. It's just disgusting. It takes everything that, you know, Immortal did and Dark Throne and all the rest of it, and just, I don't know, it's just nastier and colder and just more cult. Do you know what I mean? With a capital K. Half of this, if not all of this, I think most of this is in Norwegian, so it's just a blitzkrieg of a listen, but it's honestly one of the best albums ever. The vocals on here, I think it's done by Pest. I can't remember off the top of my head. Or is it Hat? Oh, no, yeah, Hat. Hat is the vocalist on this one. I think Pest does the second album, which we'll talk about in a second. But yeah, this is a half black and white LP as well. Half it's black, half it's white, which I didn't know when I bought it. So I was like, oh, that's a little add-on bonus. But yeah, if you like, you know, true Norwegian black metal, don't skip on these guys just because of the goal side of it. Listen to their early stuff. It's honestly amazing. Gorgoroth's debut. It's not self-titled. It's called Pentagram. And then when you've done that, you move on to Antichrist. This one is just as good. Like, I'm not entirely sure which one I actually prefer. I think I prefer Antichrist, to be honest. Just it's that tiny bit more catchier and more, like, you know, for a better word, you know, it's more musical, if you know what I mean. Like, the songs on here are just awesome. This one is, I've heard it in the past be dubbed an EP. I've also heard it be dubbed a second full-length studio. I call it a studio album. Wikipedia calls it a studio album, so that's why I do that. The Sin of Satan is the sign of Gorgoroth. You know, this thing is it's just brutal. It's 29 minutes, I think, or something random like that. It's 6 songs. There's some English on here, which is handy. But yeah, Possessed by Satan, the English song, is just fantastic. There's a title track on here called Gorgoroth. You know, that's awesome as well. Heaven's Fall. Honestly, just cold, really disgusting, but at the same time, amazing black metal. It's just fantastic. This came out in 96, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Did it come out in 96? Antichrist was recorded in 94, 95. Yeah, anyway, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 96, but yeah, June 3rd, 1996, I'm pretty sure this came out. But yeah, if you haven't checked this out, I highly recommend you do it. Gorgoroth's Antichrist. Look, it's so cult that it's got true Norwegian black metal written on the album, so that's awesome. So now we move on to some Facebook Marketplace CDs. Like I said, CDs are easy to buy, especially if you don't care about them being brand new. If you know, as long as they play, it doesn't really matter if they're secondhand, if they're taken care of. First one we talk about, Ingvar J. Malmsteen's Rising Force. Hate sitting in front of the window because you get that glare. Yeah, 1984, just pure shred, neoclassical blitzkrieging godness, you know. Yngwie Malmsteen, what more is there to say? Just that in itself. This is his debut album as well, and it's honestly one of his best. You could, out of the ones I've heard, like, in full, I haven't listened to every Malmsteen album, but this one is like up there. It's like number 3, I think, off the top of my head. I think my favorite might be Eclipse right now, but I'm not sure. Yeah, Black Star, Far Beyond the Sun. Now Your Ships Are Burned. Honestly, I don't care for that. It's just, I find it a bit off. You know, I don't, to me, it doesn't gel well, you know. Evil Eye is awesome. Icarus's Dream Suite, though, I love that. The 8.5 minute classical piece, naturally. Little Savage is fun, and Farewell is just the farewell. But yeah, Shred, if you're a guitar player, if you're a classical fan, you've probably heard this album. But yeah, Yngwie J. Malmsteen's Rising Force. That was awesome to grab that one. Speaking of more, you could say classical shred. Again, 2 more from the same artist. Steve Vai's Passion and Warfare. When did this one come out? 1991 or 1990, I think, something like that. Yep, there it is, 1990. Fuck, I'm good. How did I know that? But yeah, this one is the famous album that has For the Love of God on it. I won't lie to you. I actually haven't listened to this yet because I've had the others been going in my car, so it's probably time for this one to happen. But yeah, like I say, For the Love of God's on here, and I'm just, yeah, like I say, I haven't actually listened to it, so I can't really comment on the other songs. So that's embarrassing, but at the same time, doesn't matter. We all know For the Love of God. I learned how to play it. I'm sure. Oh, have I heard the riddle? The riddle sounds familiar, but I'm not sure. But yeah, let me take a rain check on that album. I'll let you know how good it is later on. But yeah, Passion and Warfare, Steve Vai, very fun. And I blind bought, the guy who was selling those also said, here, you might as well take this one as well. So I was like, you know what, that's how you get me. Steve Vai's In the Fire Garden. Had never heard this one before. Didn't know anything about it until I put the disc in, and I was like, right, what vibe have we got here? When did this come out? This is like 1996, so who knows what instrumentalists were doing in the 90s, but good God, this album is interesting. It's for starters, it's really embracing the fact that a CD, a physical CD, could hold 80 minutes of music. So this is technically a double album on one disc. It's like 5 minutes long. It's got a full album, 10 tracks, or 9 tracks of instrumentals, you know, of Steve Vai doing his best. And then it's got another 8 songs, with singing on it like a full band. And I was like, good God, hardcore to sit down and one listen, but because I had it in my car just going around, it was kind of easy to listen to. I definitely prefer the first half of the album, the instrumental side. You know, There's a Fire in the House was a cool opener. The Crying Machine was probably my favorite. Wookum was pretty fun. Bangkok was a fun little, you could obviously tell why it's called that, the way it sounds, but the Fire Garden Suite, it's 10 minutes long. There's some beautiful stuff in there. But yeah, phase two's got the full band in it. And I was convinced, I don't know what, I convinced myself that it was Dave Grohl on vocals, but it sounded just like him. So I had to look up who the vocal was, and it's fucking Steve Vai himself. So I was like, oh, sorry, bro. I didn't mean to roast you for that. But yeah, like, it's all right. I didn't hate it, but it was more or less a blind buy. But yeah, it's all right. In the Fire Garden. Check it out if you like Steve Vai. All right, so now we get into the big box that Keith sent, okay? It's pretty fat, and it's quite heavy. So yeah, like I say, I haven't opened this yet, but I know that there's one CD in here because I told him the other day that, hey, I received your package, mate, and he goes, cool, make sure you check out this one. So I was like, oh, thanks. So thanks for letting me know what was inside. But yeah, don't know what's indoors. Let's kick it off, shall we? It's, like I say, it's heavy, and it's ready to go. So, okay, first up, what have we got here? We've got some stickers, what look like some stickers of of a band or something that I cannot say or speak or read. I could probably figure that out, but I'm not going to try to figure it out now while we're on camera. So there's two of those. So thanks a lot for that, Brad. We'll keep those in. Right, what's this here? Salo of Heavy. Oh, okay. This looks like this just looks like a pamphlet for an album, possibly. Again, doesn't look like it's in English. Oh, Remark, yeah, it must be from a record label for stormhuntermetal.de. Yeah, so that's obviously German. Yeah, so yeah, this is just a pamphlet for an album that's been reissued on vinyl, I think. It's going off what that says. Yeah. Oh, that's a compilation album, and on the back it's saying these guys have been reissued. And looks like we've got another one of those. Just, hey, if you check these albums out, so that's pretty cool. Just a little bit of pamphlet. What does that say? German Underground, something or other. German Underground cross-section presents 100% pure fucking old school thrash metal from South Germany. Metal has. So that's fun. Right, pamphlets aside, we're going in blind kind of thing. We've got a card, actually, it looks like. Okay, what's in here? What's this? I'm nervous. I feel like it's my birthday. Oh! I think it is a card. It is a card. Crack up. Hey Phil, some CDs to add to your growing metal collection. Oh, the Ailstorm you mentioned you did not have. Some doubles I own, and I no longer need to have a 13 as I got that old record of yourself. Enjoy and up the irons. He knows I'm a Maiden fan. Right, so that gives away a little bit of what we've got, so that's good to know. What have we got? All right, first up, we've got a Queensryche greatest hits. Okay, straight up. One of the bigger names in prog metal, other than Dream Theater, obviously, and Fate's Warning and the rest of it. Won't lie, haven't listened to a lot of Queensryche. I've listened to Operation Mindcrime, but not in full for a very, very long time. So this is probably a great starting point. Massive, what have we got here? Queen of the Reich, The Lady Wore Black, Warning, Take Hold the Flame, I Walk in the Shadows, Don't Believe It. Eyes of a Stranger, that's probably the most famous one that I'm familiar with. Silent Lucidity as well, fantastic song that. So this looks fun. All right, cool. 16 tracks, all that'll be jammed. Because like I say, I'm not familiar with Queensryche enough to call myself a fan. But hey, if they're prog, it's a good time. So that's awesome. Queensryche greatest hits. I have very few greatest hits albums as well because I'm such a slut for studios. My father's the greatest hits man, but that's cool. Right, what? Oh, get a load of this. Bolt Thrower, Realm of Chaos. This is off the top of my head, this is the second album, I think, from UK British death metal band. I did try to rank all of Bolt Thrower not too long ago. I just never got around to filming it. I listened to them all, and I had my list written down, and I just never filmed it. And I do remember enjoying Bolt Thrower, apart from the debut, In Battle There Is No Law. Is that the name? Yeah, because it's very grindcore-y. But hey, this is cool. It's a little digipack as well, which I don't mind. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the second album, I think. And the third album was War Master, I think. Yeah, and then the fourth Crusade and stuff. Oh, that's cool. That's fun. I'm not mad about that at all. Bolt Throwers, Realm of Chaos. That's great. Their album covers are so awesome. Thank you so much for that, Keith. Good stuff. Going in blinder. Oh, yes, stop it. You didn't. And it's a media pack book or whatever you call it. Ladies and gentlemen, Hailstorm's Sunset on the Golden Age. Like Keith said, Hailstorm's The Sunset on the Golden Age. Their fourth album, and one that not the only one I'm missing, but I'm now only missing the second album, but that's all right. The fact that this is like this fucking leather-bound beast of a book as well just must mean the fact that it's actually got the acoustic versions, that's awesome. Keith, mate, thank you so much. That's so cool. This album is great. I recently ranked all of Hailstorm because they had their new album come out, and I put this at number 3 or 2, I think. It's honestly so good. Oh, yeah, and of course they hit you with the also available, which is always fun. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, Sunset of the Golden Age. Brilliant album, this one. Oh, this is probably going to go straight into my car because, yeah, I just love how fat that is. All my Hailstorm albums are like this. So the fact that that's like that as well is just great. So thanks heaps. The Prince of Darkness himself, No More Tears. We had this on LP, but that's all right. Now we have it on CD, and I can spend more love with it in my vehicle. God rest in peace to this man. That's great. I've only got Bark at the Moon on CD, so this is handy. I won't lie, this is definitely one of Ozzy's albums I don't listen to the most, so that's exciting. But obviously it's fantastic as well. Tinker Train is great. Coming Home, yes, it's form. Desire is honestly so good. Hellraiser. Zombie Stomp is one of Ozzy's more sillier songs, but it's better than, I'd rather listen to Zombie Stomp than No Bone Movies. I really don't like that song, but yeah, great stuff. Famous album, 1991, I think. That celebrates an anniversary this year too. Thank you for that, my man. Moving on, like he mentioned in his card, we don't need 13 on CD anymore, so that's awesome. This will be my first Black Sabbath CD, believe it or not. Got them all on LP, minus 13, thanks to that, but yeah. Fantastic. What a nice trade-off that was. I give you the LP, you give me the CD, which I'm so okay with. Yeah, a lot of people didn't like this album. I love it. I think it's great. Loner, Zeitgeist, Age of Reason, Damaged Soul, God is Dead, End of Beginning. It's pretty much Master of Reality 2.0. I think it's amazing. Fantastic album. These albums are hard to listen to now that we know that he's gone. Honestly, rough stuff, man. But hey, both my partner love this album, so we'll be jamming that a lot. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Moving on, what have we got in here? Oh, what's that? Gravedigger. Now, again, don't know much about Gravedigger either, other than the fact that they're kind of thrashy, I think. I see their albums everywhere, but I've never actually delved into them. So, these are is it Gravedigger I'm thinking of? Who sings The Clans Are Marching? I'm sure it's them. But yeah, this will be fun. Just something a bit more louder, a bit more aggressive, what looks like a bit more fun as well. So that's fun. Again, can't say too much about it because I don't know enough about it to comment, but that's exciting. Thank you so much for that, Keith, man. We'll be definitely chucking that in the car at some point. I say chuck in the car because that's when I listen to all my CDs the most. So yeah, that's cool. We're nearly getting on there. What have we got here? Cinderella. Okay, again, another band that I've never delved into. It's just been one of those names that's always been brought up, you know. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, please correct me. Do these guys get chucked in the glam bucket? I think they do. The thrashy glam kind of bucket, I think that's where they go, right? You know, I could be wrong, but I'm sure that's where they are. Again, can't comment on what they sound like or whatever, because again, never really ventured into it, so that's going to be exciting. Thank you so much for that one. How much more have we got? God, it just keeps going, doesn't it? Oh, this is the one where he said, hey, have a go on this, you might like it. Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Beethoven's Last Night. Yeah, I'm familiar with Trans-Siberian, and going off these song names, you can tell what this is going to be. It's just epic metal infused with classical overtures. It's just great. This CD is heavy. Like it weighs lots. It's probably just because of how brutally heavy the CD itself is. But that's exciting. That one's going to be an epic power listen. I cannot wait for that one. Thank you, brother. Right, we're nearly there. What's this? What's this? Francis the Mute. What on earth is Francis the Mute? Cygnus, Vismund Cygnus. What is this? I can't even say what I've got no idea what this is. This could be anything. That's going to be a straight up blind listen when that goes in the car. I won't do any research on that. I want to be surprised. Interesting. It looks like it's French. Is it French? Or I'm not sure. Let me know what that is down below. But hey, we've got one more, and it looks like it's going to be a goodie. no, not a change of seasons, a dramatic turn of events. The first Dream Theater album without Portnoy. This is actually the Dream Theater album that I listened to first, because when I was getting into the band, this was the most newest one, I think. And then the self-titled was the brand new one. So yeah, kind of have a soft spot for this one. I haven't listened to it as often as the other ones, obviously the early thousands Dream Theater-esque, but this stuff is cool. Like, honestly, I think it's great fun. It's underrated. On the Backs of Angels is awesome. This Is the Life is honestly such a beautiful song. I love that. Outcry is amazing. Bridges in the Sky is great. Breaking All Illusions is fantastic. Yeah, honestly, holy damn, what a stacked box. Thank you so much, Keith, for filling up my CD shelf that much. I'll have to do some rearranging. As you can see, my shelves are pretty full, but that's all right. That's all part of the fun. Sweet as team, thank you so much for hanging out with me while I sit here and take you through some brand new CDs that are going on my shelf. Keep an eye out for the next video. Don't know what it'll be. Like I said at the start, go subscribe to Keith and who knows, maybe he'll send you a box of CDs. You never know. Talk to your subs, you guys, and you might get presents. It's always good fun. But yeah, keep an eye out for the next video. But until that happens, everybody, stay inside, stay safe, jam some CDs, and I'll see you all in the next video. See you later.